This channel was created on May 12th, 2017. Today is May 12th, 2019, meaning it's the 2-year anniversary. I've been reflecting over these past couple years, and you know what I've concluded? This has been quite possibly the best, but definitely the longest 2 years of my life. I can hardly think back to an existence before this channel. It's been a lot of work. You know a good word for it? Taxing. Each week, it's starting over the process, selecting a new topic, learning all about that topic, finding the story I want to tell about it, writing a nearly 3-page single-space script on it, voicing the video, editing the video, putting the finishing touches on it, reviewing it, creating the thumbnail, and then releasing it to the public. Then comes the feedback, which is the most emotional part of it. I'll be honest, if people aren't watching it as much as they normally do, or if people don't seem to like it, I feel bad. But if it's the opposite, I feel great, and then the whole cycle starts again, pretty much right away. I hope that didn't sound too negative, but I wanted to give a realistic depiction of what it's like each week. Usually it all goes great, but not always. I've had setbacks in every step of this process. But what I'm proud to say is that despite all these ups and downs, I've released a new video on this channel every week for the past 2 years, meaning I've experienced this cycle over 100 times in a row. You know what I found pretty cool? I was re-watching the video I made for the 1st year anniversary, and I can just remember making it and thinking how crazy it was that the channel grew so much in a single year. In that video, I say that there were 270,000 subscribers at the 1-year mark. Well, now at 2 years, we're over 550,000, meaning by that measure, the 2nd year has actually been more successful than the 1st, something that I would have never expected at that time. This has been the biggest year for the channel to date, and I've taken too long to do this today. I need to thank everybody. Without you, none of this would be possible, and I know that all sounds cliche. I don't know how else to say it, but please just know that I mean it. I like to think my appreciation and respect for the audience comes through in every video. Trust me when I say it, the audience is at the front of my mind in every decision I make concerning this channel. I thank you at the end of every video, for heaven's sake. Concerning the future of the channel, I have a few things to say. I think all good. As far as the weekly videos, I want to keep them the same. I would hope they'll continue to evolve and improve as I feel they have over the past 2 years, but no major changes. I've always made these videos in the way that I want to make them, and it seems that it's the way that you want to see them too, so we've already found the right balance. Let's not mess with it. If I ever perceive the need to change anything, I'll be reactive to it, but I don't perceive that need right now. So if you like these videos, good news, there's more on the way. I did identify one thing that can be improved, and this is leading to an announcement, so stay with me. You're all constantly giving me ideas, and I love it, but this is hard to explain. It's harder than it seems to zero in on one of those ideas and make a successful video from it. So here's my solution, CompanyManIdeas.com. It's a new website created by someone who's become a friend of the channel, Chad from Fullerton Media. It's very simple. If you have an idea for a video, fill out this little form and I'll personally read over it for approval just to make sure you didn't write anything crazy. Then it'll be added to a board filled with ideas from other people. Everyone can read through the list and vote on what they want to see turned into a video, and the ones with the most votes rise to the top. This way, when I'm searching for a new idea, I have this nice, organized list to look at. Or if I have my own idea, I can check the list and see if there's any demand for it. It's really a way to ensure that the stuff I'm making is the stuff that you want to see. There's a link to it in the description, and there will be in every video going forward. I'm counting on you for some good ideas here, and to put the best ones at the top. It could really be a cool thing for the channel. Concerning the more immediate future, specifically next week's video, I had this idea of how to celebrate the anniversary. I actually have a video that I completed in June of 2017, which is about a month after I started the channel. I was thinking about releasing it this Wednesday. I thought it'd be sort of a unique opportunity to look back at some never before seen content and see how the channel has evolved over these past 2 years, and it's a pretty cool video too. Let me know what you think of that idea. Alright, I'd say this video is going pretty well. You got a little reflection, a few plans for the future. For the rest of it, I put this out on the community tab asking for questions or what you wanted to see in this video, so I guess we'll just make the rest of it into a question and answer segment. And there's not really a reason for selecting these particular comments, just the ones that stood out to me. Here we go. Will you ever do videos on failed companies, not just companies that are failing? This one got a lot of thumbs up, but I don't really know what it means. I've made plenty of videos on failed companies. I mean, almost everything seems to hang in there in some capacity, but I would say Vine, Blockbuster, the ABA, Enron, HH Greg, Jenko, Woolworth, and a few other videos I've made have effectively failed, so I'm not exactly sure what you mean there. Face reveal or story of your life would be cool. There were a lot of face reveal comments, so let me address that. I don't like attention. I have no desire to be famous or recognized in any way. I don't think anyone is under the impression that that's why I started this channel. The fact that the format of my videos doesn't require me to be in front of a camera is a huge plus for me. If there ever comes a time I feel it's harming my videos by not appearing in them, I'd be more than willing to do it. Otherwise, I have no interest in a face reveal for the sake of doing it. If it helps, that silhouette I use for the logo is actually a picture of me. What made you start this channel and what was your vision about it? I just wanted to make videos. I felt I could be entertaining and educational enough to make it worth your time to watch my video. And I stand behind that. I think watching one of my 10 to 12 minute videos is time pretty well spent. At first, the entertainment part was really my main focus, and then I started valuing the education aspect a little bit more. Recently, I've taken more of an inspirational angle to it. But as long as you're finding some kind of value from them, I'm very happy. When's the Coke versus Pepsi video coming? This is a common request. I actually don't like that format for most topics. It works very well in some cases, but for something like Coke and Pepsi, I imagine it would be way too much information for one video. I think you're more likely to see a video on each of these companies separately, and then maybe a third video at some point comparing the two. Why do you think covering the life of corporations, which sounds dull, has so much appeal? Can it be that it parallels our own personal growth, journey, and eventual demise, or do you think it's something else? Well, that got deep. I suppose that could be part of it, but have you ever seen the movie 12 Angry Men? This movie looks boring. It's black and white, it's a single setting and all talking, but when you watch it, you're engaged the whole time. That's what I think this is. There's math and charts and men in suits with very precise haircuts. That all looks boring to me too, but once you get past that, there's some pretty interesting stuff here. Do you plan on owning or creating a business other than YouTube? The answer is no. Right now, I am all about YouTube. I know I may have sounded a little negative in the beginning, but really, I couldn't imagine anything else would be a better fit for me. Which video was the most responsible for the growth of this channel? That's probably my first video about Kmart. That thing's at 3 million views. Rachel here asks, what is your name? Mike. What's my favorite video? I answered this last year, and I don't think it's changed. I'm really proud of the one that I made about Bernie Madoff, but as far as one that I've made in the past year, I'd say it's Champion. That was a fun week. I'm a big fan of basketball, so any video that allows me to talk about the 1992 Dream Team, that's a good time for me. Are you going to take it down later like you did the first one? What he's referring to here is last year I made a 1-year anniversary celebration, and then I took it down about a week later. I did it because I felt the celebration was over, and it's kind of a cool thing that the only people who saw it were the people who followed the channel at that time. The answer is yes. I'll probably take this down too, so congratulations if you're watching this now. I'm guessing you're in the minority. Make a Q&A video. I'd love to know more about the person behind these great vids. I'm doing it, Dakota. You're in it. Of the videos you've made, which was the hardest to produce? For that, I'd say the ones about scandals. I'd like to make more of those, but I've been shying away because they are some of the harder ones to make. For one, it's a bit of a departure from my typical process, and for two, those scandals are complicated. It's hard for me to fully understand them, and then I have to somehow find a way to explain it in a way that everyone else can understand. It's pretty much why I'm so proud of that Bernie Madoff video. That was pretty hard to make. Can you do more European companies? This is actually a common criticism, that I focus too much on American companies. And let me tell you why I do that. I'm from America. These videos are much easier and I think turn out much better if I have some kind of an existing background experience with the thing that I'm talking about, which unfortunately is not the case with most European companies. The other reason is most of my audience is from America, and I'm pretty sure they'd prefer I talk about things that they're more familiar with. With that being said, I do try to venture out into areas I'm not completely familiar with, but please understand that this channel will always favor American companies. Can you make more videos on specific products, such as New Coke or the Oreo cereal? Yeah, maybe. I was even trying to get a whole series like that going. I just kind of felt like the videos were more fun but less meaningful, but I'm not opposed to it. Someone go and suggest something good in the new website and maybe it'll happen. Do you read all the comments? You guys leave a lot of comments and I love it, but it's a lot of comments. On the day that I release a new video, that comment section is a paradise. Sometimes I spend half the night reading and responding to them, and it's almost always great. But as the week goes on, I think the less loyal viewers and some of the troublemakers make their way to the video, and that's where you find the more insulting comments, which I try to avoid as much as possible. So I'm practically guaranteed to read your comment if you leave it on the day the video is released, and less likely as the week goes on. Have you ever gotten complaints or pushback from any of the companies you've reviewed? Nope. In fact, after 2 years of weekly videos, I've heard absolutely nothing from any of the companies I've ever talked about. I'm not on their radar, and that's probably a good thing. What has been the most challenging part of running this channel? Probably picking a new topic every week. So, companymanideas.com. Alright, that seems like enough questions. Here's what I'll do. For the next week, I guarantee I will read every comment you leave on this video and will do my best to respond to a good percentage of them. So, let me know in the comments. I don't know this time. I guess just any thoughts you have about the channel. Were you part of it last year when I made that 1 year anniversary video? Or if not, when did you become a part of it? I'd like to hear what you have to say. As always, and I mean it a little bit more today than I usually do, thank you for watching.